I touch and salute the holy feet of Bharata Mata, the most powerful and the most merciful. आज ये दे उपस्थित सर्वाना माशा नमस्कार. "50 years ago, this day was the darkest day in the Indian democracy. At the time I was a college student, I was doing my first year degree in the southern port city of Tuticorin. I still remember those days, how the police is controlling, how the police doing the atrocities against the public, and police is everything. So after 50 years, the dark days to be remembered for one single thing, that it should not repeat again. The democracy should be the supreme system in this country forever. On this day, the dignitaries who are sharing the dais with me, the young dynamic Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shriman Devendra Fadnavis ji, the People's Leader and the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shriman Eknath Shinde ji, the ever-smiling Deputy Chairman, Maharashtra Legislative Council, Srimati Neelam Gorhe ji, our humble and simple Shriman Mangal Prabhat Lodha ji, Minister of Skill and Employment, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and my good friend and hard-working Sri Ashish ji, Honorable Minister for IT and Culture Affairs, my beloved Ashok Wooike, Minister for Tribal Development in our government of Maharashtra, my colleague in the Parliament and in the parliamentary committees, Krit Somaya ji, all the emergency satyagrahis, because of your fight, because of your selfless service, that today India is the greatest democracy of the world. The heads of various schools, members of women self-help groups, भाई बहनों, सबको मेरा नमस्कार. I welcome all of you to this commemoration of 50 years of Samvidhan Hatya Diwas, an event being observed all over the country at the instance of our visionary great leader, the leader of the international arena today, our Honorable Prime Minister Shriman Narendra Modi ji. The Union Government decision to annually observe the 25th June as the Samvidhan Hatya Diwas is a tribute to all those who stood bravely against the injustice, atrocities and the suppression of the emergency that was imposed by the then Prime Minister Indira ji in 1975. Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi rightly said that marking this day serves as the reminder of that dark period when the Constitution of India was trampled upon, the spirit of democracy was strangled. As Union Home Minister Sri Ashish ji has observed, this commemoration will help keep alive the eternal flame of individual freedom and inspire every citizen to safeguard democracy for future generations. I still remember, all of a sudden in the night, the time there is no social media, there is no cell phones, there is no Apple phones, nothing was there. Only radio is there. Radio is not available in the hostels. but it is there in every tea shop. So, on that night, there was a big, fearful mood in the hostel among the students also, that they were telling emergency has been declared. That was the first time in the history of independent India such a harsh step has been taken by any government. And we students, I was associated with the RSS and Jansangh when I was a college student. And there is no chance for gathering together. So nobody knows what to do the next step. That was the condition, and as you all know, in Tamil Nadu, RSS and Jansangh was a very, very small organization. And socialist movement is also slowly disappearing. Only Congress O was there. But the Congress O leader Kamraj opposed the emergency, but that was not coming out in a big way, because everybody was afraid of reporting his statement. He has stated that we fought for the independence so that we will have the freedom to speak, freedom to think, freedom to write. That's why we fought against the British Raj, and today it is a dark day. That is the single statement of the Kamraj, the biggest leader of our country in that time, but that has not come out. So the Congress people were in little confused mood, whether to oppose the emergency or not to oppose the emergency. And I still remember the political situation after 1971, the landslide victory for Indiraji, everything was going towards the dictatorial attitude. The opposition was so demoralized and they were fragmented and they were never come together. So the democracy looks like in dark because there is no strong opposition. The communist parties were with the Congress. Of course, CPM was not with the Congress, but CPI was a much stronger party at that time and it was with the Congress. Slowly, Chairperson has given a big call that we have to save democracy. So, for the first time in 1974, I believe, I still remember, there was a bypoll in Madhya Pradesh. Seth Govindas died, and in the Jabalpur, the first bypoll came after Jayaprakash Narayan's big call for all the people to unite. And that was the first common opposition candidate in the name of Janata Front. They fought, and our Sarad Yadav was the candidate, and he has won. That was the first time that Indiraji's mighty political power was questioned by the Indian citizen. Then after that, our organized JPG has given a big call that a total revolution to take place. Total revolution means the corrupt administration should be thrown out, social justice to everyone, it includes the social reform. Not only administrative reform, it includes the social reform. It becomes a big student movement all over, and I was the Coimbatore district Total Revolution Movement's secretary at that time. But slowly, you cannot, in my life, I cannot forget two judgments given by the two judges. One is Singhaji, who has given the judgment against Indira Gandhi, the mighty Indira Gandhi at that time. Nobody can think about it, but he stood by the law. Our Chief Minister in his speech has very clearly said the unlawful activity, the corrupt activity was leading to it, that is, they spent more money than the law has permitted, one. The other one is Indiraji's personal secretary was his election agent. At that time, he was in government service. So the office of profit has been pointed out, and that is the reason why Indiraji lost the election. Then Moraji Bhai was also taking a fast until death, so that the Gujarat government was to be dissolved on corrupt practices. All these things, a mood was setting. So, as usual, Indiraji was always surrounded by a group of people. So they said the emergency can be declared, and that day emergency was declared. I still remember the two statements of the then Congress President Barua. He said, Indira ji is India and India is Indiraji. And he was talking about propertyless democracy. All these things were never worked out. But the whole world was thinking that India is a poor country, and at that time the communism policy, economic policy was almost admired by every youngster. He may belong to any party, but he got at least small influence of the communist economical policy on him. Nobody expected. So those 18 months was very hardship. At that time there is no Xerox machine. The printing is not possible. We cannot print a pamphlet also. So we have to write everything by hand, and cyclocide was there. So we have to do that, and we start distributing it. You have to go and give it to somebody. As a student we were doing that. And in my college, we got Rotary's student wing was known as Rotaract. I was a director of that. So we had one small meeting of Rotaract students wing. In that I spoke against the emergency. We are still slaves, I said, because more than 1,000 years we have been ruled by the aggressors and the British. So even our own people want to suppress us, and we are very silently accepting it. So I was opposing the emergency in that meeting, but that meeting was over. Like this, the meeting was over, everybody dispersed, only 2-3 Rotaractors, including our principal's son, was standing, and they were sitting on the veranda. I got down and started walking just like that. That time, I don't know how, but that college was run by the state Indira Congress, state president of the Indira Congress, APC Veerabahuji was running that college. I was slowly walking. It was about 6:45 or 7 o'clock, so some darkness had come. All of a sudden, seven policemen coming inside. It was still, I remember, sir, it was all coming in very fast. There is no tar road, it was only mud road, so a lot of dust was coming up. I was slowly walking with my friend. Then we went to the tea shop to take the tea, and we were coming back, but luckily I escaped only because of our principal's son. He said, nothing there, we got some wrong information. He was the principal's son, so his words have been taken as it is. That was the reason why I escaped, and then I have completed my degree there. Then Patwariji came Then Badwaiji was appointed by Moraji Bhai Desai as the governor of Tamil Nadu. He came to our college, but we gave a lot of memorandum to him that the atrocities of the then correspondent of the college, all those things, I still remember. But why I am telling all these things, you cannot take a pamphlet with you and you cannot distribute it. Only two newspapers in the weekly, and one is weekly Tuklak and the other one is Indian Express Group. These are the two groups opposed to the emergency. Other than that, there is no single newspaper opposed to the emergency. Pre-censorship was there, everybody was keeping mum. Luckily, in 1977, the election was called off. The time Indiraji was thinking, everything is smooth. There is no opposition from anywhere. Judge Fadnavis was the only person who tried to oppose the government through violence. Otherwise, only Satyagraha everywhere, as usual. All the Satyagrahis were inside the jail. So, the Samchagris of Indiraji has told, Madam, this is the right time in the eyes of the international leaders and the international arena that you can call for an election and you are going to win again. Landslide, you will get more majority than what you are having today. That's something Samchagris also knowingly or unknowingly do something good for the nation. That the election has been called for, and in 1977, we all know, except the South, the entire North voted for democracy. That was not believed by any well-developed Western countries, including America. In the South, I remember, there is only one person won from Andhra Pradesh, the United Andhra Pradesh, that is Sanjeev Reddy ji. And Comrade died. By the time when the emergency was in force, on October 2nd, our great leader Comrade died. And Janata Front, we have won 4, but the DMK government was dismissed and the DMK party was an alliance party with the Janata Party. We have won, DMK has 1 seat and Janata Party got 3 from Tamil Nadu. So the entire South has given only 5 or 6 MPs. But from Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, that time there is no Chhattisgarh. So the entire North, including Rajasthan, that people have given a mandate that democracy has to be restored. And that is a big verdict in the history of India that has to be remembered. The poor people voted for the democracy. That time India was not so strong. If you get, starvation deaths were there. If you get your food grain in the ration shop by paying the money, that itself is a great thing. They will supply only for 2 days, 5 days, they will say you come next week, next week, next week. Not like today. You go to the ration shop, you will get 5 kg wheat free. You will get 1 liter oil free. Then some rice free. It is not like that. Even that starving situation, our people have voted for democracy. That is the greatness of poor people of Mother Bharat. That's why the whole world is now respecting us. And these civil liberties have to be protected. We always say nation first. The interest of the nation is above everything. I am no more belong to a party, but all the great political leaders are sitting here. My appeal to everyone is that the nation's interest first, party interest next, personal interest lost. I am always saying, living for ourselves is not a sin. You have to protect your children, you have to protect your family, you have to protect your parents, you have to protect your age-old parent-in-laws. But what is wrong? Living only for ourselves is wrong. While living for ourselves, we should live for others too. That is the only way that Indian democracy will get more and more strengthened. We should always cautious and we should always vigil what is right for the nation, who is telling the truth, who is telling the lie, who is having an hidden agenda. All these things has to be understood by every citizen in the right sense. That will strengthen the democracy, that will strengthen our system. That is what we are moving towards. Unfortunately, the Janata rule of 1977 was one of the finest rule in the independent India. 1 rupee 80 paisa 1 kg sugar is available in the open market. You can take any number of bags to your house. Before that, you have to print your marriage card and you have to go to your tahsildar and you have to tell, sir, I have kept the marriage for my daughter. I want to make some sweets. So you have to give me 75 kg or 100 kg of sugar, permit or something like that. You have to take and then only you will get the sugar. But such a wonderful rule came to a sudden end because of the ego of the great leaders. I am still remember they are great leaders, but their only minus point was the ego. We have to work together, that is very important. If we don't work together, then we cannot serve the society. That is the thing what we have to learn from this emergency. And with these words, I am sure the youngsters who are sitting here, they will fight for the national interest. And above that, yes, there is nothing wrong in we are proud of our mother tongue. We all are proud of our mother, like that we are all proud of our mother tongue also. We are all proud of our mother religion also. But when the national interest comes, we should ready to sacrifice mother tongue and mother religion. That is the only way that this India can emerge as the Viksit Bharat by 2047. And with these words, I thank all of you for coming to the Raj Bhavan. Our CM was very happily thanking me. It is myself I have to thank all of you that you have come here to mark the dark day, that it will not repeat in the history of India. And I am sure that Indian democracy will lead the democratic norms into the world. And with these words, I conclude my speech. Bhagavad Kuk Kuk Dhanavad. Jai Bharat, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you, everyone.